Invite somebody to this broadcast tonight. Get another crazy, somebody. No, it's good. Take the corner of my wheel. Just snap your fingers a little bit. There you go. There you go. Come on. Nobody crazy enough in here. Clap those hands. Here we go. Yeah. And then go to your thing. You want to get up. Wait for you, then you want to get up. All right. I think you've got everybody on. Well. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. We're glad that you're with us. And we just want to say good evening to each and every one of you tonight. Welcome to one of our first broadcasts. Hey, listen, I got home tonight, and guess what? I thought that we were through with taxes. You know, we do thousands of tax returns every year, thousands of tax returns for ministers, because no one can really do ministers' tax returns because they're totally different. By the way, hello, Facebook, YouTube. Good to be with you. Thank you for joining us this evening. I just see that they just came on. Good to be with you this evening. But the thing that I wanted to tell you is that I get home and I found out that they've extended it another day because of some computer glitch. Now you have to the 18th. I mean, man, what good news. Well, good evening to you on Periscope, on YouTube, and on Facebook. Good evening to you this evening. We've got a great program tonight talking about money. Somebody type that on the screen real quick. M-O-N-E-Y, money. Somebody put money on that screen right now. Type money. Somebody type money. Can somebody put money on the screen right now? Real quick. There you go. Melissa, Lucy Gonzalez, Ruthie Adams. Boy, what a lady she is. Roma Hamby, Sue Ann Sissy, Tiffany, Mary Albert, Debbie Booth, our executive broadcast producer. Wow. I'll tell you what, man. We got the money going. Anybody out there that does not like money? Anybody out there that does not like money? If you are, you probably shouldn't put it on the screen because it takes money every day of your life. Well, look at there. Is that Catherine? There's little Catherine. Wow. Does anybody think that money is bad? Is money bad? Any of you can't handle money out there? Money. I like the word money. Roma Hamby's with us tonight. Takes care of living in abundance. Oh, I like that name, living in abundance. Somebody ought to type that on and connect with them, whoever it is, living in abundance. It's Dr. Michael G.T. there. Deer Panthers here. I'll tell you what, Donna Thompson, Donna Norquist, Charlie Austin. By the way, Charlie Austin has changed his entire entertainment schedule for this new place for July 31st and August the 1st. There's Judy St. Pierre. I tell you, Sue Ann Cizek, Laura Bush down in Atlanta, Mickey Allen. Good. We've got everybody in the world on here tonight. Thank you so much. If you'd like to invite somebody before I start this teaching, but this teaching tonight is going to be absolutely incredible. It's going to be something that is going to lift you. I don't know if you're like a lot of people that we come in contact with and talk with, but hey, Caleb, but a lot of people don't understand how that they can make their life better. I like that, Debbie Booth. Elevate you. Mary Albert's with us. You know, there's a lot of people that just don't understand how to make your life better. I'm going to tell you about two people, Brian and Thompson, that had a dream to start something. They were broke. You won't even believe this next part, and I didn't believe it either, but till they showed me the pictures, but they were actually living out of their automobile. These two guys were friends from high school, and they just never could get a job that was pay anything, and they had this incredible ideal, and they took what they learned from us at the boot camp, and they turned it into millions of dollars in less than 2 years. I don't know about you, but if I could work for 2 years on my project and my dream without being interrupted. Now, you got to be sacrificed. You know how they sacrificed. They lived in their car and they ate crumbs, and they didn't have the best of accommodations, but it was their sacrifice. Now they're in the millions. Now they can stay in the Ritz-Carltons if they want to, or they can stay anywhere they want to stay. I'm not saying that they do stay in the Ritz-Carlton. These are two of the nicest guys, by the way. This is Brian and Thompson. I want to give you the story tonight in just a minute, but I want to remind you of something. Don't forget that I have extended the IEEA, because there's some of you that took the IEEA first semester and second semester, and you haven't signed up for this third semester. So I'm going to leave it open. IRS gave you some extensions. I'm going to give you some extensions. I'm going to give you to the end of this week to get signed up for IEEA.TV's third semester, final semester this year. And it's going to be on grants. Now, this is what they did. Now, you got to be willing to sacrifice something instead of running that mouth all the time, talking about how much, you know, I know people in my organization that they always are telling me how much they do, but when I'm not looking, they're not doing nothing. Have you ever known people like that? They're always telling me how much they do. Oh, I did this, I did that. Oh, I did this, I did that. But when I'm not watching them, they're doing nothing. They're doing nothing at all. So I want to share with you tonight what they did. But first, if anybody wants to sign up for as Beverly, by the way, I love that name. Man, y'all should have thought about that. Living in Abundance is the best name that I think I could ever have. It just needs a picture of me up. So I want you to sign up for IEEA.TV. IEEA.TV. Third semester is going to be on grants. And I think that grant that we're going to prepare you for, I think it's either 986,000 or it's either 946. I can't remember, but it's way up there. And I would like to encourage you to sign up for the third semester. It's online classes. Somebody type on the screen, online classes. Somebody type up there, IEEA.TV, so they'll get it. There's going to be business, finance, and entrepreneurship. Somebody type that up there, business, finance, and entrepreneurship. Last time we had thousands of people that was watching me teach business, finance, entrepreneurship, and grants online. There's in their bathtub, in their bed, in their car, in their swimming pool. One person's on their boat. So you guys that want to learn, now there's a lot of people that just want to be dumb the rest of their life. They will be, you know, since I've never cussed once in my life, then I would say that they just want to be dumbasses the rest of their life. That's all they'll ever be. They're actually, you've heard of fake news? How many's heard of fake news? Somebody type that on the screen, fake news. Well, there's a bunch of fake people out there. And let me go just a little bit further and meddle in your business if I can. There is a bunch of fake Christians out there too. Fake news, fake people. Fake Christians. I mean, they're always wanting to, you know, it's amazing when my son was talking about his Bentley that he got and the automobiles that he got. And he was talking about that you can have what's in your heart. You can have whatever you say you can have if you stay faithful. I mean, everybody was criticizing him for preaching about the prosperity message. They said, oh, you're just a prosperity preacher. But now he's preaching about hell because Carlton Pearson came out and said there is no hell. The Pope came out and said there is no hell. Well, then Dr. Cook decides to start preaching about the full revelation of hell. Now, it's amazing how that nobody talks about Carlton Pearson or the Pope when they say that there is no hell. But when we say there's money out there for you, they will just send you to hell because you talk about money. Those are fake people because they want money. Don't you think for a minute that they don't want money. What they do is they want money, but they don't want you to know they want money. Oh my God, I felt something right then. See, they don't want you to know that they want money, but deep down inside, they are wanting money, money, money. Honey, bunny, money. That's what they want. Somebody put on the screen, money, honey. Money, honey. It takes money to live these days. If you don't have money, guess what? You're never going to get very far. You're just going to be broke, busted, disgusted. You're living in the same thing you are today that you was 20 years ago. Think about this. Many of you today are in the same financial position that you were a year ago, 2 years ago, and maybe worse off. So I want to change that. Join IEEA.TV. If that price is wrong at $129, includes your books, includes all of your material, your examinations, $129, you can call Renee or Roma tomorrow. Let me give you the phone number, everybody. 800. Put this on the screen, everybody. 800-854-5891. 800-854-5891. Now listen to me just a minute. It's very important that you understand through this process that as we begin to teach you about money, there it is, 800-854-5891. As we begin to teach you about money, by the way, you get this pen here called the Millionaire Elite Group. So I want you to make sure that you understand that when we start talking about money, it's not a get-rich scheme. It doesn't cost anything. It's important for you to understand that you have to know what to do. If you have a LOKC, anybody know what a LOKC is tonight? Put it on the screen if you know. LOKC. Let me see how well you listen tonight. LOKC. Can anybody tell me what LOKC is tonight? Hey there, Judy Wayne, good to see you there. Randy Stewart, Brandy Stewart, good to see you too tonight. I want to talk to you briefly. And by the way, you'll have to get signed up after this broadcast tonight on IEEA.TV. Let's talk about how we can get wealthy. Let's talk about Brian and Thompson. Somebody type their names on there. Hashtag Brian, hashtag Thompson. Do as I tell you to do, please, because I am the teacher and you are the protege, and I'm glad that you're here. Thank you very much for being here. And by the way, don't forget that I love you guys very, very much. Hashtag Brian, B-R-I-A-N, and hashtag Thompson. There you go. Thank you, Debbie Booth. Put that on the screen if you would, please, because I want them to be able to know you, and I want you to know them and hear their story. I want you to go and read their story because I think it's going to be something that's incredible. I'm publishing their next book, by the way, from Corinthians Kingdom Publishing Company, which is my publishing company. I'm going to be publishing their next book for them, and I wanted to share with you what changed their life. I was in Atlanta, Georgia at the convention center where that a evangelistical group had just left here the week before. I won't call any names because some of you will enjoy his ministry and some of you don't. So there's no sense talking about it. It's just important that we talk about what we're going to do. So I'm there and I'm speaking. I'm one of the speakers there at this conference. And it was a big conference. There must have been, I think what is that called? The Phillips? Is that called the Phillips Arena? Does anybody know what that's called in Atlanta? Can somebody tell me what that's called in Atlanta there? A Phillips Arena? I believe it's the Phillips Arena. I believe it is. Anybody know that? It's the Phillips Arena, I believe. I'm not sure of that. But I was there, and they had some other great speakers there at that time. And little did I know, but these two men are back in the back of this. I think it's 10,000 seat auditorium there, I think, maybe more. But they were in this group. Now, I'm going to tell you how they went from broke and living in their car eating scraps to being multimillionaires. You want to know that? Would you like to know that secret? Is there anybody out there that would just like to know that secret? See, it's not what you know that will hurt you. It's what you don't know. Now, you know yourself that your mom and daddy didn't teach you about money because they didn't have any themselves. You know that, not being critical of your mom and daddy, but they were working 2 and 3 jobs just to keep food on the table. They didn't have time to sit down and give you a financial lesson. They were depending on school to teach you. Let me ask you a question. Did your school teach you about money? Did your college teach you about money? Is anybody with me tonight? I'm not getting any hearts. I'm not getting anything tonight at all. I don't know. Debbie Ormby, help me tonight. If you would please. Roma, Mary, Catherine, Laura. Did your school teach you about money? Dina, Ruthie, your school didn't teach you about money. Your college didn't teach you about money. Your school teachers are broke. Why would they want to broach a subject that they know nothing about? They're going to teach you about money, and they're broke themselves. They're living in abundance. LaTanya Watson, hey there, young lady. So I want to show you what they said. I said that they want in their next book, and they want to give me the credit for it. It's not necessary, but you'll have to admit you have to have somebody that you admire. If you don't admire me, then you can never learn anything from me. And there's a lot of you out there that don't admire me. You just watch because you just like to see what I'm going to say and maybe what I'm going to do. I want to tell you what he said. I wrote this down, and here's what he said. The power was on full force that night. Somebody type power on the screen. The power was on full force that night. I mean, the power was on full force that night. Now, that's what he said. He said it was riveting. He said, then all of a sudden, he saw this young, and this part, I'm not so sure I'll put in the book. He said, I saw this young, thin man, which he's talking about me, but I'm not thin now, but I was a little bit thinner. I used to weigh 150 pounds. And you know, I'm on the MC challenge. I don't know if you know that, the 100-day MC challenge. How many's taken the 100-day MC challenge this first 100 days beginning January the 10th through April? How many took that? Because I'll tell you right now, people are accomplishing their 5 categories. If you didn't sign up for the full 100-day challenge, I'll tell you what, you missed it. And you should really be on the second advance, but we're only letting certain people in on that. So here's what he said. He said this right here. He said, you came out to that stage and you said this. Here was my opening comments. I didn't say hi. I didn't say anything. You know, when you're the speaker, you can kind of do what you want to. And Debbie Booth, I have to give her a lot of credit for the MC challenge because she was the author of that, really, to encourage me to do that. But here's what he said that I said with no introduction. They introduced me. I came out, walked out behind the curtains, and I took the microphone, and I said this. Over the microphone, I said, tonight is the night that you will decide to be rich or be broke the rest of your life. Now, that's what he said. I said, I don't remember that. Somebody type that on the screen. Can you get that on the screen, somebody? Tonight is the night that you will decide to be rich or broke the rest of your life. He wrote it down. I'm looking at it right here. He wrote it down right here. So what I wanted to tell you was a few things about that night for him. Now, they were living in their car. They were eating scraps and barely getting by, but they had a concept of something that they wanted to do to not only be a blessing to people in the community and in the United States, or actually in certain regions. They're not all of the United States. They're in certain regions. But they wanted to do something that would change their life financially. I don't know about you, but anybody that's broke and you're comfortable and you think broke is normal, you are absolutely a nutcase. I had a lady walk on me one time. She said this. She said, well, I always thought that barely having enough to get by and being broke was normal. That's what Mom and Daddy always taught us. That's what the preacher always taught us. You just need to thank the Lord that you got food on the table for today. Now, we are thankful that we have food on the table, and we thank God and we give God the glory and the honor that we have food on the table. Let me tell you something right now. There is no way that I'm just going to be thankful for food on the table today. And that means that when you're broke, you're in the majority, not the minority. You need to learn to get rich like Brian and Thompson. Listen to what they said. They said, you polished. Now, this is their stuff. This is their crap that they wrote down. I don't even remember this. I don't even think I used this again. It says, you polished my windows and wiped away the dirt so I could see. You polished my windows. Does that sound like something that I would say? I hope that they didn't have me mixed up with another speaker, because I'm not that good to think about something that, you polished my windows. Somebody put it on there right now. You polished my windows. You want your windows polished tonight? Anybody want your windows polished tonight? No, don't worry about him over there. He's broken on food stamps. Don't worry about him. Forget him. Let him go. He said, you polished my windows and you wiped away the dirt. You know what was so important in that statement? He said, as soon as you wiped away the dirt from my windows, I could see. I could see everything. And he said, while I was sitting there and I was listening to you and I was watching you and I was listening to testimonies that you were giving, putting things on the screen. I do remember that. He said, it automatically opened up my entire thinking about how that me and Brian could make this a multi-million-dollar corporation. And that's exactly what they did. Listen, he said, you fed and fueled my heart. Does that sound like something that I would say? I'm really not the normal type speaker, you know. I mean, I'm not a preacher. I'm not an evangelist. I'm not a prophet or apostle, all them things. He said, you fed and fueled my heart. He said, you made me clean up my act. He said, you've been thinking, I'm not talking to Brian and Thompson. He said, you've been thinking negatively a way too long. And what I'd like to invite you to do, which I've never done this before, he said, all of you that have thought something negative today, because see, some people think that you got to have a negative thought every day. No, you don't have to have any negative thoughts if you filled your mind full of stuff that will be positive things. And I'm going to give you the last thing. I said, everybody that's had a negative thought today, I want you to stand over this auditorium. Now, that took about 5 minutes. Because, I mean, you know, I said, you might as well get up. I said, if you're not telling the truth, God knows, and the devil knows, of course, and he'll use it on you when you leave. Stand up if you've had a negative thought to come into your brain today at any time. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you the truth. It must have been a large majority of that, according to Brian. I went back and tried to have them to find the video. We can't find it. But he said, Brian said, who is the more of the talker one, Thompson is more of the, they're both smart, but Thompson is more the analytical guy, and Brian is more the outspokesman guy. All right, listen. Make sure you haven't allowed a negative thought to enter your subconscious. You need to stand up against that negative thought like you would stand up against a bully at school. Are you strong enough to stand up against a negative thought? Are you some kind of a weak link? Are you a weakling? Somebody type on the screen, I am strong. Type it on there real quick. Come on, get to going. You're way too slow. I am strong. Now type this on there real quick. He fed and fueled my heart. He's talking about me. I fed and fueled his heart. I polished his windows and wiped away the dirt. Get this on the screen. I polished his windows and I wiped away the dirt so I could see. Does that help anybody? Just that little statement there alone. He said, you polished my windows and wiped away the dirt. Listen, let me tell you something right now. You listen to me right now. You don't know what you got. You don't know the power that's on the inside of you. If you only had somebody, oh my God, if you only had somebody that could take you under their wings and under their mentorship. See, every person on the face of the earth has to have a mentor. You have to have somebody that will mentor you. Now, this person on Facebook over here, here's what he wrote. He said, I don't need anybody to teach me. And when you find somebody that don't need anybody to teach them, you do know that you have an absolute idiot on your head. Let me get back. Polish my windows, wiped away the dirt so I could see. Now Brian and Thompson are multi-millionaires. Now, ladies and gentlemen, they're not just telling me this out of their mouth. I make them prove it. You know, we've made over 1,025 millionaires. See, you could do it if you would just invest the time. You know what they did? They slept in their car and they ate crumbs for 2 years. And 2 years after hearing me speak and having the dirt wiped from the windows and doing what I told them to do in my system, they became multimillionaires. Can anybody see that? I'm not just trying to hype you up. I'm trying to let you know, Charlie, I'm trying to let you know. There's Dr. Cook. He's with us now, Dr. Cook. I mean, it's important for you to understand that you need somebody to help you get rich. You cannot get rich all by yourself. Type that on the screen real quick. You cannot get rich all by yourself. Last thing. This is going to be in their book. I'm publishing their book. Corinthians Kingdom Publishing Company. There's Dr. Todd Coons, everybody, right there. Dr. Todd Coons. Great man. I'm going to publish his book, Corinthians Kingdom Publishing Company, and somebody else I'd like to publish your book, and you know who I'm talking about. The last thing he said at the Phillips Arena, if that's the name of it, it says, you made me polish. He's on this word of polish. Polish my positive relationships. I said, well, how many did you have? He said 3. As soon as I finished that night with the seminar there in Atlanta, Georgia, he said, I called. He was with one, Brian Thompson. He was with Thompson, who's positive. And then he had 2 more friends that was positive, that kept telling him, don't give up on your dream, Jack. Don't give up. You can make your dream happen. You can make your dream happen. See, some of you think it's just a mirage. Some of you don't think that you can be successful, wealthy, happy, and healthy. You just don't believe it. I mean, we can teach it until, what do they say? What is that, John? Is that to the cows? Is that cows come home or horses come home? What is that? Is that you can teach it to the horses come home? No, that doesn't sound right. What is it, Rita? You can teach it to the cows come home. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Does anybody know what that means? But we can teach you and teach you and teach you, but till you get up off of your ass and do something that you've never done before. Listen, God is never going to do anything for you that you can do for yourself. God is never going to do anything for you till the cows come home, not till the cows come to the grass or whatever. It's important that you understand that God is never going to do anything for you that you can do for yourself. Now, are you with me? Because I want you to put this down. You need to polish your positive relationships only. Now, what does that mean that you do with your negative relationships? Because you know that you have them. They had them. They had a what's that called when you marry mother-in-law? Yeah, mother-in-law. They had a mother-in-law that their father, that Brian's father, let me see here. Let me get this straight. Brian's father married a lady who then became Brian's mother-in-law. Am I saying that right? I think I'm saying that right, Dr. Cook. Outlaw, okay. Mother-in-law, but it's, no, it's not. It's called stepmother. It's called a stepmother. Don't y'all know that? It's called a stepmother. And the stepmother was always telling Brian, you're wasting your time. He said, you need to go down to the factory and get a job down there, paying you $15, $16 an hour so that you can start paying rent here at the house. Stepmamas can be dangerous. Anybody got a stepmama out there? Anybody got a stepdaddy? Be careful with stepmamas and stepdaddies, because no matter what you say, blood is thicker than water. And let me tell you something right now, your stepmother may not be for you. Now, some stepmothers are for you, but there's a lot of stepmothers that are not for you. Polish your positive relationship. There's Brandy again there. Look, there's Nancy, Debbie, Dr. Cook, Blood is Sticker, Dr. Cook, Melissa. I wish I could get him on here tonight. It's important that you know that you can be rich. Would you just do me a favor, even if you don't believe it? Would you type that on the screen? I can be rich. Type it on the screen real quick. I can be rich. You say, well, there's a preacher that don't make us do all this typing. Well, I don't care what he makes you do. He's the one that's getting rich. I'm trying to get you rich. I can be rich. I can be rich. Type it. Come on, type it. I can be rich. I can be rich. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing wrong with you being rich. You know how good that looks for you to type that on there? Because that's your confession. The Bible says there's life and death in the power of the tongue. Why would you want to say, I am poor? Because you're either going to be rich or poor. And I don't know about you, but rich is a lot better than being broke or poor. Can I get somebody to just type amen? I mean, all you Christian nuts out there, can you just type amen that rich is better than being poor? Rich is better than being broke. Rich is better than living in your car and eating crumbs. 2 years these guys worked on a project. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the key thing is that you need to tune in to the power. Tune in to the power. Type it on the screen. Tune in. Belinda, I missed you Sunday. I didn't know you was going out of town. You should always tell me when you're out of town. Tune in to the power. Tune into Power Thoughts. Dr. Cook is one of our originator authors on Power Thoughts. If you're not getting Power Thoughts, it's free of charge. You should be getting it free of charge. It's an email blast that you get. It's real short. The last one you did, by the way, Dr. Cook, is great. I like it because it's a little shorter. Tune into the power. How many is getting Power Thoughts? Just type yes on the screen. Power Thoughts. If you're not getting Power Thoughts, it's free of charge. So just sign up for it. It's free. You get a Power Thought every week and a Power Thought prayer and a Power Thought scripture. I forget what it is this week, Dr. Cook. I read it at dinner tonight. Tell me real quick what it is. Type it on the screen. Now, listen to this carefully. Brian told me, now remember, Brian is the talker and Thompson he doesn't talk much. But he's smart. Don't you let that kid you. The kid's smart. By the way, you know how old Brian is? Brian is 20. When was his birthday? January. 29 years of age. Brian. And a multimillionaire. Slept in his car for 2 years. Had a mother-in-law. Mother-in-law. Is that? No, it's a stepmother. Had a stepmother that told him he would never make it. Said, get on down to the factory, boy, and get you a job. Hey, boy, get on down to the factory and get you a job. Yeah. If he had given up on his dream, he would not be where he's at today. If he'd given up on his dream, he wouldn't be having Michael Chitwood publish his book from Corinthians Kingdom Publishing Company. Better watch out for those stepmoms. Last one. You must constantly be in a learning curve position and set new goals. Listen carefully. Set new goals. Listen to this last statement. I've used this over and over my entire life. You always set new goals, for without them, you will die. You always set new goals, for without them, you will die. Now, Dr. Cook and I, Dr. Cook is my son. I trust him. He's flown on our jets. He's been in our state in Florida. He's been in our cars. In fact, he's actually the one that drove my Rolls Royce off of the showroom floor. How many saw that video? Anybody see that video where that Dr. Cook drove a $500,000 Rolls Royce Dawn off of the... There we go. She saw it. Donna Norquist saw it. That's my son that drove off a Dawn. Now, he just got a brand new Bentley God blessed him with a Bentley because he's been faithful. He's honored me, and he's served me, and he's worked hard for years. We've been together for years, 15, 20 years. But the one thing about it is you have to bear in mind is one thing, is you have to have a teachable spirit. You have to be humble, knowing that you always seek God first, not money. You always set goals. My son and I, we always change our goals. That's the reason why that I'm going to tell you this right now. Listen carefully to this, you'll get this. I wouldn't hang up because you're getting ready to get something very good. You sat and listened to that preacher out there for an hour and a half. And to me, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. You know that I have changed and expanded. Now you say, well, why did you change Get Fired Up to July 31st and August 1st? I expanded it. I found out something that no one else knew. Get Fired Up is our motivation thing coming up with marvelous guest speakers. I now have another one that everybody's tried to get, and I am the only one through Dr. Cook could get him. Now, I'm not going to tell you who it is yet because I haven't signed the contract, or Dr. Cook, who handles all that business for me, he hasn't signed the contract. But I changed this because I expanded it. Somebody put on the screen, Get Fired Up has been expanded. Type it on there real quick. Get Fired Up has been expanded. Get Fired Up has been expanded. There you go. Thank you, Lucy. By the way, I talked to Lucy today, and Lucy's just fine with it. She's just fine with it. Now, I want to tell you, in his notebook that I have now, because we'll be compiling the book, in this notebook, he says that when I was asked a question, he said, I never received an answer. So I wrote the question down in my leather-bound notebook. It was fat, bulging out with notes from everywhere from you. You talked so fast that I couldn't even write. That's true. I do talk fast. But here's what he said. At the end, I read this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't remember cotton picking thing about this. I mean, I remember being there and speaking for these people. See there, Debbie Booth, you talk fast, see? You'd think that your producer would be for you. You would think. I remember what happened in South Dakota. Trust me. So I'm going to slow down a little bit, but here's what he said. Possibility Thinkers Creed. Now, I got this from a great man. He's dead now. It's not mine. I didn't create it. I copied his with permission. When faced with a mountain, I will not quit. I will keep on striving until I climb over it. Find a pass through it. Tunnel underneath it, or simply stay and turn the mountain into a gold mine. Ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what happened to Brian and Thompson. When you read this success story that will be out in August for you, the millionaire thoughts that's in here, there it is, Dr. Cook. Don't quit. He didn't quit. He kept staying faithful. Do you know how many times that he has come and helped me and didn't get one dime for it? Never asked for any. He never asked for any money. But he was able because of his consulting. Some of you may need some consulting for your business or your church. Dr. Shannon Christopher Cook is the man that you should try to get in contact with. He saved this one guy. That's how he was able to write me a check for $50,000 for his tithe. Now, what's that tell you? It tells you that he honored. There it is. Go to cookpire. How do you say that? It's COOKPIRE.com. COOKPIRE.com. Now, he's tough, but I guarantee when you get through, he'll be rich. There's Dr. Cornelius Blake. There's our man right there. We're waiting on you, sir. We're waiting on you. He's tough. When faced with a mountain, I will not quit. I will keep on striving until I climb over it, find a pass through it, tunnel underneath it, or simply stay and turn the mountain into a gold mine. Anybody want a gold mine out there like Brian and Thompson have? That's why that I changed and expanded this just for you. Pastor Allen, good to see you. I changed this just for you. Tiffany Shannon, by the way, her new project. Tiffany, put your website up there, honey. She has got something incredible, and I want all of you to go there and look at it tonight. Put it up in just a minute. Let me read it off for you. She sent it to me. I looked at it. It's great, and I'm watching for her to put it back up. If somebody can watch it, Debbie, if you can watch that, I'd appreciate it. Go by. Listen, let me tell you something. It's very important. There's Mary Albert. Mary Albert's already seen it. Look at that. There it is. MegaMotivateMe.com. MegaMotivateMe.com. I want every one of you to go and look at that and see what this brilliant, creative mind has done. She is MegaMotivateMe.com. And pass it on to some friends. Let's help each other. That's what we do with the Chitwood family. MegaMotivateMe.com. Every one of you go to that, and Debbie will try to send out an email blast to help if we can. All of this is because I was speaking at the Phillips Arena in Atlanta, Georgia, with thousands of people there. It wasn't my event. I was one of the speakers. And there was two men. Now, there's been others, I'm sure, but this is just a real success story that had the bravery to come and meet me at my office and tell me the story. Dr. Cook, you got to meet these guys, by the way. You may know them. You know most everybody I know anyway. He said, if it had not been for you, you remember how I opened this up? The power was on. Remember that? This is all going to be in his book. He said, you revitalized me. He said, you renewed my spirit. You polished the windows, wiped the dirt away so I could see. See, the problem with a lot of you, respectfully, is that you're smart. I don't know about the Facebook people. You're smart because you've been to the theater before. You've been there 4 times now. 4 times. You've been to the ICCM world-renowned theater. You've been there. And what is important is that you've got so much potential. There's seeds of greatness inside you. Put that on the screen. Seeds of greatness inside you. Ideals, creativities, invention, books, and songs that you haven't even thought about doing because you got dirt over your windows. Now, your windows is meaning your eyes. And sometimes that dirt comes from a stepmama telling you that you can't do it. Now, I'm not picking on stepmothers tonight. Please, some of you probably stepmothers. I'm just telling you what happened to Brian's stepmother. Do you believe you can do it? Do you believe that you're willing to make the sacrifice to get fired up, get motivated on July the 31st, August the 1st? I expanded it for you. Now, for you not to take advantage of it, listen, that's your loss. Many of you asked me to expand it. I did it. I expanded it to help you. So let me tell you how you get signed up for it. When this broadcast is over, you can go to megamichael.com. megamichael.com. M-E-G-A, Michael, M-I-C-H-A-E-L.com. That's right, yeah. John, Rita, I want to make sure that they've expanded those dates. I don't know. Debbie Booth, have you got the right dates on Mega Michael? I don't want them to see the date because I expanded this for you. And for you not to take advantage of it after I expanded it for you, I'll never expand anything else for you if you don't take advantage of it. If you think that Cook and myself and Booth is going to just keep giving, and you not take advantage of it, you are a nut. As long as I can see some effort coming from you, you need to listen to me right now. Hey, Bobby, listen to me right now, son. As long as I can see some effort coming from you, I will do anything to help you get rich. Just like I coached and mentored Brian and Thompson. Yes, it took a while. But what else have you got to do? All you've got to do is have time on your hands. And at that, you have broke time. After all, a dead clock is right twice a day. A dead clock is right twice a day. Penny Potter, you've got potential. Carlite Cary Grant, you got potential. Dr. Cook sees this in you. I see it. Brandy Stewart, hi, I'm Rebecca. Rebecca, hi, I'm Rebecca. Rebecca, let me pick this thing up, see if I can see your picture a little bit better. I think I know you. I'm not sure. Anyway, Rebecca, you have potential inside of you. Ruthie is great. She's handling all our YouTube now, by the way, and she's brilliant. I want you to take advantage of your greatness. I'm going to say this to you. Never in the history of the United States have we ever had a president that was a businessman. I know some of you on this broadcast, you hate his guts. I know that. I know some of you on this broadcast love him. I know that. And you don't even have to state your position. There's Violetta, by the way. You don't have to state your position. Here's my point. We have a businessman for a president. What does business people do? They talk business. Unemployment, the lowest it's ever been. New startup business, the most of it's ever been. Let me tell you something right now. If you don't make it while he's in president, you will never make it with anybody else on starting your business. I want you to get fired up. Somebody put it on the screen quickly. Get fired up. Get motivated. Type them both on there. Get fired up. Get motivated. Get fired up. Get motivated. Sandra Ballard. Hey, Sandra. Kendall Moore. Hey, Kendall. Haven't seen you in a while, brother. Where have you been? So I want you to get fired up. I want you to get motivated. Why? So we can change your life. Now, I expanded this from June to July 31st and August 1st just to get this one person. You know why? Because this one person was where many of you are right now. And in a short period of time, he came out of it, and now he's a multi-millionaire. So if it can happen to him, ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake about it, please. I give you my word. If you will work and you'll listen to me and cook and you'll do what we tell you to do, we will coach you into riches the right way. Not a get-rich-quick scheme. We will coach you into the riches and into money the right way. My God, don't you think it's time that you enjoy life here on earth? Let me ask you a question. Do you think that Brian and Thompson was enjoying life, living out of their car, eating crumbs? They didn't enjoy it. They hated it. They hated it. I want you to be at this conference. There's Blessed Renee. Good to see you, Blessed Renee. And by the way, Charlie Austin's changed his whole entertainment schedule so he can be there teaching you about how that you can be in a movie possibly with George Strait, about George Strait. Hey, listen, let me tell you something right now. If you don't get signed up for this conference, get fired up, get motivated. Don't say that you'll do it on the next one, because you know what? The next one is never going to come for you. It's never going to happen. You just you're into the two twins, fear and procrastination. Fear and procrastination. and get away from that dream killer, mother-in-law. I mean, that stepmother-in-law, whatever you call them. I don't know what you call them. Get away from dream killers, dream thieves, dream stealers. Get away from them. George Strait. Charlie Austin was at George Strait's house today. You're going to learn what Charlie Austin knows about professional entertainment. If you're a singer, musician, songwriter, write a book, come learn what Charlie knows. Also, we have KJ52. Now, you should see this guy. So we're hitting every corner of your life of where you're called to be. You want to write a book? We have a professional book writer here, and we will publish your book. My God, how much more help do you want? It's like the guy there was a flood and they sent a boat by and he said, no, said, can't do it. And the water kept getting higher and higher and he kept going higher and higher. Then he sent a helicopter by. He said, no, I'm not going to get on a helicopter. He's on top of the roof. Then he died. He's in heaven. He said, God, why didn't you save me? He said, you idiot. He said, I sent you a boat. I sent you a raft. I sent you a rubber boat. I sent you a helicopter. I sent you everything in the world. You wouldn't get on it, so you're an idiot. Never, never give up. Never, never give up. Tap it on the screen. Never, never give up. Yeah, George Bush, many of you have heard that Mrs. Barbara Bush, great lady, First Lady of the United States. Her and her husband, by the way, were the longest living presidential couple. I think they were married for 72 years, I believe. I believe it's 72 years, wasn't it? 72 years. Jenny Lee, there's Jenny Lee finally on. Yeah, Beverly Crenshaw. Hey, listen, Anna Caronera, good to see you. Rose is here. I want you to be with me July the 31st. And by the way, H. Michael Chitwood YouTube has 124,000 views. Check it out. You need to get on YouTube. There is so much there. I don't know if you know it or not, but they've rated us now as one of the top because entertainers are allowing us to put their songs and video on our YouTube where they won't allow others. Did y'all know that? Did you know that Hezekiah Walker has allowed us, me, to put his music? You can't do that if it's owned by Sony or owned by RCA or somebody. It's against the rules. They'll get you. They'll take your YouTube thing down. YouTube is H. Michael Chitwood. H. Michael Chitwood. Debbie Booth and Ruthie's been working on it. I think Ruthie's been doing a lot of it because Debbie is so busy with other projects for me. We keep her busy. I mean, we've talked with our team today at least 5 times with Debbie, and I appreciate all of Debbie's work. So I want you to understand that you have the power to get rich. You have the power to get rich. I want you to have an exciting life. Type it on the screen. You need an exciting life. You can't even take a girl out on a date if you don't have money. She's looking at your dirty shoes and she's looking at your dirty suit. And by the way, I don't know if you know it or not, but I posted. Did anybody see that on Twitter? It's blowing up, by the way. And this is really, because I don't have, the only son I have is Dr. Cook. But I put on here, let me read this to you. This is rules for my son. This glare is bad tonight. Never shake a man's hand sitting down. Somebody walks up to your table, especially me. Let me tell you something. If I walk up to your table and you're sitting down and you don't stand up and shake my hand, I'm done with you. You don't ever shake a man's hand while you're sitting down. You need to go get this. Those of you that have, how many of y'all have sons? Type yes on the screen if you have sons. If you do, you need to let your son read this. Don't ever go to bed with dirty feet. Of course, that's for you ladies too. Some of you ladies, your nail polish is broken and chipped off. Your toenails are ugly. And then you want a man to jump in bed with you? You got to be kidding. When you go to bed, you better be right. You better be right. I'll tell you that right now. I want you to have an exciting life. Does anybody want an exciting life? Man, I tell you what, I want you to get signed up. get fired up, you can go to megamichael.com. Now, let me say one last thing, and I'm finished. You've done good tonight. By the way, Carrie Underwood has approved us. Garth Brooks, all of those have approved us by the work of Ruthie, and she's spearheading that. And her and Debbie talk about it. But Debbie can't do everything. She can't do everything. She's overloaded now. I want you to sign up for the 100-Day MC Advanced Challenge. I know what they've said, but I don't do what they tell me to do. I know you've already received your refunds, and I know you've received my letter. And I feel like that God was telling me that you need to be trusted with your next 100 days on yourself instead of me watching over you. But I also feel like, for some of you, Prophet JB, blessings to you, sir. Pam Gaddis, there it is. For those of you that really feel like, you know who you are. I want you to be with me on July the 31st, August the 1st. Now, those of you that's already signed up, I have a surprise for you. Those of you that signed up on this expanded event, you do not have to pay anything for your ICCM conference fee. Now, they are not together, but I'm giving that to you that's already signed up on Get Fired Up. I'm giving that to you free and your book free. Now, I'm not giving you Get Fired Up free, so don't call in tomorrow and lie to Rennie. Jenny Lee already signed up. Violetta, thank you. That's all I wanted you to say is thank you. I've expanded the event with Dr. Cook and Cammie. And by the way, Cammie had this entire thought. I have to give credit and honor to whom honors due. She's not watching tonight. But Angela Reed, New York. Angela, I want you here. Debbie Omby, I want you here. Anna Canary, I want you here. Thank you. Thank you very much. You're welcome. We're going to have a blowout time with KJ52, Charlie, Mr. Entertainer Austin. We have John Morgan and George Bush. We have Lee Valentine, Miss QVC. By the way, if you've got any kind of product, you know that QVC has open doors right now. So don't call up there and act a fool out of yourself in Pennsylvania. Okay? Let Lee tell you how to do it. There's Ethel Smith, by the way. There's Nicholas. Let Lee Valentine tell you how to get your product on there. You know what, the mop lady, when she went on there, it was horrible. You saw the movie. I showed it to you. You know what? You've got so much potential. I just can't figure out why that you're not trying to achieve your true potential. I just can't figure out why you're not trying to achieve your full potential. Actually, if I could come through here and just kind of grab you neatly, nicely, I'd love to make you achieve your full potential. Are you ready? Are you ready for your full potential? Then start building for it now. I expanded it for you. Go to megamichael.com and you'll see all the speakers there. Dr. Shannon's going to be there. All the speakers are going to be there. There's 9 of them. And it's not going to be anything but motivation from 9 to 9. 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and then back on Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Include your breakfast, include your lunch. You need to take the platinum if you can. That'll be up front. It's going to be incredible. I think you're going to find out that it's going to be something. Call tomorrow at 800-854-5891. 800-854-5891. IEEA starts May 7th, and you need to get in on that before we cut off the early enrollment. Right now, the enrollment is $129 for 9 weeks, include your book. By the way, your book is huge. You saw how many books you got last semester. It's huge. Anybody see that? So for $129, hi Sherry, for $129, that's a pretty good deal. 9 weeks. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. No discounts, no scholarships. It's costing us too much money this time with all the gifts. Do you know that the Get Fired Up pen that I'm giving you, which is on fire with lights? I'm not, look, if I have to beg you and entice you and give you coupons and a free hairdryer to come change your life, then you don't need me. You need to seek one of these preachers that's trying to get you to give them to give you them, to give your money to them. We're not asking for money. Never have asked for money, never will. I'm not a preacher. The pen is off the charts. You're going to love it. The custom t-shirt is off the charts. Has anybody seen the Get Fired Up t-shirt? Anybody seen that? You should have your Get Motivated t-shirt already. By the way, wear that to the conference one day. We're going to give you time to change because we're going to change because we've got to make sure that we're getting that part on TV. By the way, there'll be about 25 of you on stage with KJ52. Is that right, Dr. Cook? I believe Dr. Cook, it's KJ52 will be on stage with about 25 people. And yes, sir, Dr. Cook has just replied, because you get the Fire tablet, you get the Starbucks gift cards at $50 or something, whatever it is. KJ52. Yeah, KJ52. I think you're going to love the shirts. You're going to love this event. Make plans to be there. We've got special discounted rates at the Embassy Suites and at, where's the other one at? Does anybody remember? I can't remember. I think it's Hampton Inn maybe. A lot of gift giveaways. I mean, man, it's going to be incredible. Hey, Chevrolet, I see what you're doing. Be nice or you'll be blocked forever. So be nice. You're flirting with sin with me, Chevrolet. So get yourself together, son. I don't want to lose you. I'm trying to help you, save you. So one more and you're going to be gone. So I want you to get signed up. Now, also go to Twitter and get those 7 things for your kid. Your kid. Go to megamichael.com. Megamichael. Be nice or get iced. Laugh out loud. I like that. Be nice or get iced. And so we're excited about what's taking place and all the things we're bringing to you. We expanded the date for you, by the way. How many know that? No, it's Staybridge. Embassy Suites or Staybridge. So we've expanded the dates. megamichael.com. All right. We've been on long enough. I want to thank each and every one of you for being a part of this tonight. I pray that you have a great week, okay? Something good is going to happen to you this week, okay? Now believe that. Will you believe that for me? Something good is going to happen to you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my family, who I always give special attention to at the end, as my Periscope family, let me say that I love you. We're family. I believe in your dream. I believe in your passion. There's Florence. There's Scott. There's Swain. There's Tucker. Listen, I believe in you. I believe in you. You're smart. You're intelligent. Connect to somebody that believes in your dream, that cares for you and your passion. Would you do that? Would you do that for me? Be sure that you sign up with megamichael.com just as soon as this broadcast is over, and you can put that on your credit card, and I think you'll find out it'll be good. Don't forget about IEEA. We're going to be writing a grant. I think it's going to help you jumpstart. And see, you'll be through with that just the time to start this, so it's going to be good. Okay? I love you guys. I look forward to seeing you soon, okay? Yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay.